Starting over at 40 might feel like you're starting over completely at life. And I've started over at 40 and I started over at 30. And I also started over at 16 when I became a teen mom to twins with special needs. So I'm no stranger to the shock of your system when you have to make big changes in your life, whether it's your choice or somebody else's. After 40 for women can be a really scary time because we think that we should have had our lives already figured out. Nobody has their lives figured out, first off. And just because somebody stays married, stays in the same job, doesn't move to a new city, that doesn't mean they have their life figured out. So there's nothing wrong with what you're feeling, what you're doing, and what you're thinking. You can just keep going and jump off that cliff. So, how can I help you though in this process? Like I said, I've been through change, I've been through two divorces, and also a special needs mom at a very young age. And here's some tips that have helped me, and they're all about mindset. First thing that had to learn to get over when I make these changes is why me, or no one's going to love me, or no one's going to understand me, or any of those things. Because all of that is an external assumption that we are putting out there that other people are going to react to you a certain way. So, when you're thinking about a big life change, restarting after 40, when you're thinking about a big change, like restarting your life after 40, it's really important that you keep your mindset clear, clean, and under control. I'm Stephanie, and I have a podcast called Unwritten where every week I interview a different person that has gone through hard things, what they've learned, and how they feel about life now. So please check that out. But also, here are my tips for starting over after 40. It is a scary thing, and you look around, and the people that you love the most think you're crazy, and that's okay. Let them think you're crazy because really all you're doing is realigning, or maybe for the first time, aligning yourself with yourself. You are learning to love yourself again. And that's the first biggest mindset change that you have to embrace is that you are learning to love yourself again. Now, sometimes, whether it's through divorce, death, cancer, all of the things, you don't feel like you have a choice in this. And that can be really scary that you didn't ask for this. So why did the universe give this to you? And it has nothing to do with anybody else. It all has to do with your own inner mindset. And if you learn to love yourself and embrace every moment that you have on this earth, the gifts that you're going to receive are going to blossom. So the first thing you have to do is learn how to love yourself again. So how do you do that? Well, what makes you happy? Do the things that make you happy. Go for walks if walks make you happy. Go eat tacos if tacos eat you happy. Find the things, make a list of the things that make you happy and start doing them today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow is it should be a naughty word because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're only guaranteed today. And when you start filling up your bucket with things that you truly enjoy, you realize that external circumstances are just external circumstances. It's this internal equilibrium in your heart and in your soul, heart, mind, all of it that really do matter. Second mindset shift that I think is super important when you're thinking about being over the age of 40 and making a big life change is that you don't need to ask permission. And who's going to give it to you, anyways? That permission to live your own life, to step out, to be happy, that permission does not come from anybody else. Again, this is an internal, joyous marker in your life that you are fully embracing who you are. You do not need permission from your friends, your colleagues, your family to do what you need to do to realign with yourself, to love yourself, to bring joy back into your life. And if it's helpful, you can write yourself your own permission slip. Grab a piece of paper and write out what you want and give yourself that permission and sign it just like your parents would. Just think of it as you're going on a field trip of self-discovery, and permission is granted. The third thing I want to bring up when we're talking about restarting after 40 and we're talking about mindset is also just allowing it to be messy, allowing yourself, probably for the first time ever, to not appear perfect, to not act a specific way, to fit in with the Joneses, to do the things that you've been doing. You don't need to do that anymore. And Beck has this beautiful story about when you do hard things. Let's say you find yourself and you find yourself needing to get a divorce, or you find yourself needing to get a new job, and you look around, nobody else is doing that. You're 50 years old. What the heck are you thinking? You're actually giving yourself a ticket to a ticket on a train with no destination. And you are one of the luckiest people to get this ticket. So when you look around and you don't know what you're doing, just remember that you have this lucky ticket and hold it to your heart. Let it, it's a ticket to any destination, however you please, fast, slow. There's no right or wrong. There's no way of doing it, but because you're already doing it, you're already there. Does that make sense? Because you're doing it, and even though you don't know your destination, you're already there because you bought the ticket, you've made the choice. And don't let anybody tell you how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. Just do it on your own terms and don't worry about how it looks. So if you are making these big changes in life, I really hope that these 3 helpful hints help you. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you.